All right, we're going to kick off the Unit 3 review with the problems 1 and 2 here, where we are, it's from Unit 3-1. It's a lot like the Unit 2 stuff, though, right? We're being given a little bit of information on a right triangle, and in question 1, we're being asked to solve the equation just in 0 to 2 pi. So exact form means that we have to have those exact ratios, pi over 6, pi over 4, square root 3 over 2, those kinds of answers. So let's get started looking at number 1. We do have, let's kind of thin that out a little bit. Blue is fine. So in a question like 1a, sine to the minus 1, so that's arc sine, asking what angle gives us a sine ratio of negative square root 2 over 2. Well, the root 2 over 2's, by the way, you could say is equal to negative 1 over root 2. Just so we're clear, that's the same question. So where does that happen? Well, the first thing we want to look at is root 2 over 2, that's like a 45-degree angle. So if you looked at positive root 2 over 2, that's sine of 45 degrees, or pi over 4. But sine it's asking for the arc sine of the negative root 2 over 2. So sine is the y value. Y values are negative in quadrants 3 and 4. So we have this reference angle. Here's our unit circle. We have a reference angle of 45 degrees, but we need to be down here and here. So really we're looking at 45 here and 45 here. So those two answers become 5 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. Because 4 pi over 4 gets us all the way halfway around, plus 1 more, so 5. And then 6 pi over 4 would put us down straight below. 1 more is 7, and that's your answers. Question B, down below, we're going to go up, down, up, down. So 1b, arc cosine of a half. Cosine is positive in quadrants 1 and 4. So we're looking for a cosine angle whose ratio is a half. And we get that when the angle is, well, cosine is a half is like a small number. So in our x direction, we go a little ways, then we go up a lot. And what that really looks like is, over a little, up a lot. That being root 3 over 2, and that's 1/2. So what that gives us is the larger angle, 60 degrees. So our first answer is pi over 3. The second answer, though, cosine is positive in quadrants 1 and 4. So in quadrant 4 here, that larger angle, 60 degrees. If you go all the way around the other direction, though, that is 5 pi over 3. All right, C, we're looking for tangent being 1. So arctan of 1, that angle is 45 degrees, because we have to have root 2 over 2 divided by root 2 over 2. So when your sine and cosine are equal, that's at 45 degrees. So our first one is pi over 4. Because tangent, it has to be positive, sine and cosine are both positive there. The other one is 5 pi over 4. And the reason it's 5 pi over 4 is we have to have sine and cosine both the same signage. So quadrant 1, they're both positive. Quadrant 3, they're both negative. So the reference angle, but also sine, cosine, negative, that's 5 pi over 4. D, arc sine of negative a half. So again, sine, negative. It's just like question 1. We're looking for an arc sine of a negative value. So, but this time we want the lower angle. So sine is only 1/2. So we've got this idea that our y value is short, but our x is long. So that's a small, that's like pi over 3 here. But we want negative. So I said pi over 3. That is not at all what I meant. You're supposed to know what I mean, not what I say. Pi over 6, there we go. So our reference pi over 6 would get us a sine ratio of a half, but we want negative values. So we got to go pi over 6 this direction, and our sign is y, so we need a pi over 6 over here also. So when you look at that in the big picture, sine of negative a half, this one here, this first one is 7 pi over 6. And then this one all the way around to here, that is 11 pi over 6. And that's your answer there. Last one, E, tangent. Tangent is equal to negative square root 3. Okay, well, that's, I mean, they've added one step for us. We have to take the arctan, or tangent inverse, of negative root 3. If you took the arctan of both sides, you get x on one side and the arctan of negative root 3 on the other. So now it looks like A, B, C, and D. In doing that, though, where is tangent negative? Okay, well, tangent's negative in quadrants 2 and 4. So in 2 and 4, I need to check tangent is also a large. So if I went back to the reference angles, tangent is a large square root of 3 at 60 degrees. Because tangent is either root 3 over 3, or it's just square root of 3. And the bigger number, square root 3, goes with the bigger angle, 60. So we have a reference angle of 60 degrees, but we have to be over here with our reference coming up from there. So what is that? That's 2 pi over 3. Okay, so 2 pi over 3 does give us one answer. The other one, we have to have a 60 degree reference angle. In quadrant 4 gives us another negative tangent. So that reference angle becomes, it turns the answer into 5 pi over 3. Okay, so there you go. I'll stop here. That's question 1. Those are just solving between 0 and 2 pi. Next up, we'll solve for all values.